This purifier will show us many miraculous signs in our heavens. In this way, we will know the Creator is not a dream. All living things will want to be present for this day when time ends and we enter the forever cycle of the fifth world. We will receive many warnings, allowing us to change our ways from below the earth as well as above. Then, one morning in a moment, we'll awaken to the red dawn. The sky will be the color of blood. Many things will then begin to happen that right now we are not sure of their exact nature. For much of reality will not be as it is now. No thing living will go untouched, here or in the heavens. The way through this time, it is said, is to be found in our hearts and reuniting with our spiritual self. Getting simple and returning to living with and upon the earth and in harmony with her creatures. Remembering that we are the caretakers, the fire keepers of the spirit. Our relatives from the stars are coming here to our home to see how well we have fared in our journey. This is the appropriate prophecy for our times. Nibiru, how we know. Cuneiform script is the earliest known writing system in the world. Cuneiform writing emerged in the Sumerian civilization of southern Iraq around the 34th century BC during the Middle Uruk period. Beginning as a pictographic system of writing, first major discovery by Paul Emile Volta's discovery of the city of Nineveh in 1842, where tens of thousands of tablets were found. Cuneiform was the most widespread and historically significant writing system in the ancient Near East. From the 34th century BC down to the 1st century AD, it was completely replaced by alphabetic writing in the course of the Roman era. The Nibiru system has a 3,600-year clockwise orbit around our sun. In comparison, the Earth has a 365-day counterclockwise orbit around the sun. Nibiru has 6 orbiting moons. The Sumerian tablets name them as the north wind, east wind, south wind, west wind, fast wind, and the evil wind. The evil wind was the moon that struck Earth and cracked it. This resulted in its eventual total destruction. The companion binary star to our sun is also part of this system. It is known as the black sun Nemesis. Nibiru is a complete system with 7 planet-sized moons. Nibiru is the size of Neptune, or as much as 4 times larger, shown here for comparison with Earth. It is a red, radiant planet which can be seen in the infrared spectrum of light. The highly evolved beings living on Nibiru are virtually immortal, living for millions of our Earth years. One of their years is equal to 3,600 of ours. One of their days is equal to 1 of our years. They consider and call themselves gods due to their longevity and technological advances. They do, however, believe in a true God. Nibiru was attracted to our solar system several billion years ago and began to reorder the solar system due to its counter orbit to the other planets. Earth was originally between Jupiter and Mars, and it was then known as Tiamat, the water world. According to the Sumerian tablets, in the beginning, Tiamat was 2 times bigger than Earth it is today. The moon was then in proportion to Earth's size and was the largest of the 14 moons that orbited Tiamat, Earth. At that time, the moon was known as Kingu, original solar system order, showing Earth, Tiamat, where the asteroid belt is now, and Mars reversed in order, occupying the 3rd position relative to the sun billions of years ago. Nibiru approaches for the first time at a 55-degree angle to the ecliptic. Nibiru entered the inner system between Jupiter and Mars and collided with Tiamat. DNA is exchanged between Nibiru and Earth. Nibiru's moon also collided with Tiamat and eventually fractured Tiamat into pieces, creating the asteroid belt and comets. In a final collision with Nibiru, Tiamat is split up. Part of Earth becomes the asteroid belt, and part of Earth becomes the period comets. Tiamat is now known as Ki, Earth, foundation. Asteroid belt. The asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. In the asteroid belt, the largest asteroid is Ceres, which is 933 kilometers across. The next largest, which is called Vesta, is 530 kilometers across. There are hundreds of thousands of asteroids. Comets and asteroids. These pieces of Earth are always returning to their place of origin. Original planet orbits before Nibiru's entrance into the solar system. And then that's the current planet orbits below, showing Nibiru and the blue star comet. That's the blue Kachina. Apophis. No, I don't know if that's the same. Keep in mind, folks, I educate myself as well as trying to spread knowledge to the todos los gentes, all the people. So the Earth is split in two. In a final collision with Nibiru, Tiamat, Earth is split up. Tiamat, the watery world, becomes Ki, Earth. Earth is cleaved almost in half, with half of its water and mass gone into space. The remaining water rushes to fill the hole, thereby exposing the Earth land for the first time. The giant hole is filled with water, and intense healing lava flows as the Earth begins its healing process. The Pacific Basin is filled with scars of healing. This before the Earth was recreated into a flat format by the Anunnaki gods using advanced technology. The Earth is split in half. Pangea surfaces from underneath the water surface for the first time. Gray area is the part of Earth that was sheared away by the repeated collisions with Nibiru and its moons, now the Pacific Ocean. The Earth heals itself. Water and lava flow to fill the wound caused by the collisions. The Earth heals itself over aeons of time. The supercontinent Pangea breaks apart as the Earth fills the gap. There you go, folks. There's the progression or digression, depending on your viewpoint. Earth grows to fill the gap. Ki, Earth, continents spread apart, and land rises above the water for the first time. Tiamat is now about half its former size, and its former moon, Kingu, our moon, has been its own orbit between Venus and Mars. It has joined the host of planets for a few thousand years, enjoying freedom, which is why it was considered a planetary body in its own right as number 8. A final collision, and the Earth was bumped into its new orbit from between Mars and Jupiter to between Venus and Mars. Gravitational forces come together to bring Kingu, our moon, once again into an orbit around the Earth. Earth expands to fill the womb, the ring of fire. The largest concentration of volcanoes surrounds the rim of the Pacific Ocean. Earth healed. Nibiru, where is it? It turns every 3,600 years, and when it does, Earth goes through periods of extreme earthquakes, floods, and extreme weather. Asteroid, meteor, and comet strikes on Earth are common when Nibiru approaches through the asteroid belt from below the Earth at a 33-degree angle to the ecliptic. It is inside our solar system now and getting closer by the day. When it gets close, the world will go into chaos due to human panic that will accompany extreme Earth changes. Fire and fear as result. Symbols of Nibiru. Nibiru is depicted as a red radiant cross in the sky. These are depictions of Nibiru as a radiant planet. Current planet orbits showing blue star comet, large piece of Earth, and approaching Nibiru. Nemesis black sun position not shown. New era, new numbers. In our current math decimal system of tens, the reflection of current Earthlings' understanding has changed the numerical ordering of our solar system. There you go, folks. Press pause if you need to kind of orient a little bit more intimately with that. Schematic. New Antarctica telescopes. Many new telescopes have been erected in Antarctica. There you go. If you want to, I kind of got away from where I was. Antarctica telescopes. UD scientists helped build the 275 neutrino telescope in Antarctica. Wow, that's quite neutrinos, as we know, or even subatomic. That's quantum level stuff there. It looks GMT telescope, second giant Magellan telescope in Antarctica. All these telescopes. Okay, list is growing. I'm sure this document is dated. I think this document is probably from 2018, if I remember correctly. Large shun, a large array of telescopes in Antarctica with all sky imaging every 5 seconds. There's a joint venture, US, China, Europe, Australia. Yeah, they're all in it together. Wormwood prophecy, Revelations 8, verses 10 and 11. The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. Note that the Australian telescope is named after the revelation, the prophecy. Okay. Wormwood, prophetic image, Learmont Observatory, Australian government, IPS radio and space services. Why are all these telescopes facing south? Are the world's governments looking, waiting for something? It is Nibiru, the blue star, and the black sun. Nibiru is currently visible with infrared backyard telescope. IRAS far infrared telescope, the infrared astronomical satellite, IRAS launched on January 25th, 1903, Vandenberg Air Force Base. Nibiru is returning, but what is this? A heavenly body, possibly as large as the giant planet Jupiter, and possibly so close to Earth that it would be part of the solar system, has been found in the direction of the constellation Orion by an orbiting telescope aboard the U.S. infrared astronomical satellite. So mysterious is this object that the astronomers do not know that it is a planet, a giant comet, or a nearby protostar that never got hot enough to become a star. A distant galaxy so young that it's still in the process of forming its first stars, or a galaxy so shrouded in dust that none of the light cast by its stars ever gets through. All I can tell you is that we don't know what it is. They know. Dr. Jerry, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, okay. Pioneer and Voyager space probes find Planet X in 1984. There you go, folks. There's a little documentary, a little information for you if you want. There's something, let's see. There's a brown dwarf star also approaching, infrared photo, dwarf fleet secret coordinates, Nibiru infrared images. So, I mean, there's evidence is overwhelming, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's all this information here. Image location has been blacked out. Nibiru is the 12th planetary body, or Planet X. Nibiru crashed into Earth and transpollinated and mixed DNA with it 4 billion years ago. Nibiru rearranged the order of the planets. Earth became half its former size. Earth was split in half, and the other half is the asteroid belt and the period comets. Nibiru returns every 3,600 years. Nibiru and the blue comet are returning and are accompanied by a black sun, possibly a stellar core. The ancients called this planetary body Nemesis, as its approach caused the Earth to roll on its side and destroy mankind's creation. That's not true. That's the dark cabal. That's just the narrative that they've gotten away with. So I'm going to hold up here because I don't want to spread too much disinformation. All I was really wanting. All right, let me back off the echo. I know there's some fans, not fans of the non-reverb echo, what have you. But yeah, I'm going to hold off there because that's the narrative that's been, the whole resets and all that crap, and it's just like wipe out mankind, have them start over again. But we're in a unique, well, it's unprecedented time because source, creator source, talking about the head honcho, the main enchilada. I'm talking about Sophia, the divine feminine, the creator. I'm talking about the power of the multiverse, omniverse, has came forward, and she's and her energy's here on this planet right now. All right, and along with her is her whole galactic federation of Christed extraterrestrials, all of the angelic hosts. The dark side is not going to get away with this narrative as they've done in the the last couple of times where they've destroyed everything, and then and they've started over and they've covered everything up and with their frequency fence and kept us all. That's not going to happen this time. I mean, I mean, as far as like because planet Earth and because of the way the source has allowed free will, and this is a free will planet. Go check out Dolores Cannon when she talks about there's most of the other systems are non-free will systems, like as far as their hive mind and their people, but Earth is unique. I mean, and it's so, but anyway, but because the dark side, because Satan, Vlad Dracul, all the reptilian, all that, they have cheated like beyond. I mean, it's just, I mean, anyway, yeah, right. I don't understand everything, but I have enough of my intuition that's anchored in the truth that I don't want to like share the rest of this document and spread disinformation. But the Nibiru and all that history, the history of the Sumerians. If anything, I wanted to, with this whole religion is dead narrative, kind of try to rock some people's worlds, rock you out of your little comfort zones, and maybe like reconsider that just because, I don't want to insult anybody, but just try to reconsider things, okay? And try to, give peace a chance. I mean, seriously, like, all we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. Namaste. Namaskaram.